Are you cruising on P&O Arvia soon? Whether you're planning your first cruise or counting down the days until embarkation, this is your complete guide to food on board. What's included? What costs extra? What's changed this year? And which venues I think are absolutely worth your time, and which I wouldn't rush back to. I've cruised on Arvia and tried every major food venue, so this video includes updated menus, food photos, and a few tips I've picked up that you definitely won't find anywhere else. They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and on Arvia you have plenty of choice of where to eat your breakfast. If you enjoy a sit-down breakfast with waiter service, head to the Meridian or Zenith dining rooms. And in another recent change, the Olive Grove is now open for breakfast too, offering the same menu as both other main dining rooms. They're open from 7:30 to 9 a.m. on port days, and from 8 o'clock to 9:30 a.m. on sea days. Expect pastries, yogurt, fruit, a full English, smoked haddock, omelettes, and eggs Benedict. It's the same breakfast menu you'll find across the P&O fleet. Decent quality, nothing groundbreaking, but a lovely relaxed start to the day. Room service is still available for a £2.50 surcharge. Just hang the order form on your cabin door before 1 a.m. It's continental only, pastries, juice, cereal, fruit. But if you've got a balcony, this can be a really peaceful sea day breakfast. However, my go-to breakfast most mornings was at the Keys on Deck 8. They do fresh omelettes, full English, pancakes and waffles. And just round the corner, there's fruit, cereals and pastries too. It's also much quieter than the buffet, and I always found there was plenty of seating. The best bit, there's outdoor seating just beyond the doors, overlooking the promenade. I had breakfast there nearly every day, peaceful, sea views, and no surcharge. If you've got an inside cabin, or just want fresh air with your food, definitely try it. It's one of those tips that most people miss. The Horizon Buffet opens from 6 a.m. for continental and 7 a.m. for hot food. Classic buffet fare, eggs, bacon, hash browns, cereal, toast, juice and coffee. It gets busy, especially on sea days, and no, there's still no omelette station. It's fine in a rush, but if you don't love crowds, go early or try elsewhere. The 6th Street Diner also serves a late breakfast and brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. More on that shortly. If you're staying in a suite on Arvia, you'll be pleased to know that breakfast at the Epicurean is included as part of your suite benefits. And just so you're aware, another recent change is that the Keel and Cow no longer offers breakfast on Arvia. Let's talk next about the best options for lunch on Arvia. The main dining rooms, Meridian and Zenith, offer a sit-down 3-course lunch with starters, pastas, roasts, veggie dishes and desserts. It's a nice way to escape the crowds and have a quieter meal, though, like most cruise lunches, the quality can vary day to day. The Horizon Buffet is open from 12 to 2:30 p.m. with the usual choices of pasta, roasts, salads, sandwiches, and some hot food like a carvery and curries. My tip: go early or late to avoid the queues, and don't expect the food to be piping hot. The Keys is easily one of my favorite lunch spots. 3 counters. Hook, line and vinegar for fish and chips. Asian fusion for noodles and curries. Roast carvery for Yorkshire pudding, wraps and roast meats. It's quick, tasty, and far less hectic than the buffet. Just get there outside peak hours because the seating fills up quickly. Taste 360 in the Sky Dome is poolside fast food, burgers, hot dogs and pizza. Now the pizza surprised me. It's actually decent, especially after a long port day. There's not a massive range of food at Taste 360, but it's very handy and quick. Another popular lunch option is the 6th Street Diner, which serves brunch and lunch options from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. On the menu are classic American-style food like ribs, waffles, and loaded fries. You'll need to book via the My Holiday app or join the virtual queue, as it is one of the most popular places on board Arvia. This venue is included in your fare, and here is a sample menu for you to see. The Glass House and the Keel and Cow are also open for lunch. These are not included in your cruise fare. And they share the same menu as dinner, which I'll get to shortly. Dinner on Arvia gives you loads of choice, from traditional cruise dining to casual bites and fine dining splurges. But there are a few important changes for 2025 you'll want to know about, especially in the main dining rooms and Olive Grove. So let's walk through what's included, what's changed, and what's actually worth booking. The Meridian and Zenith are your two main dining rooms. 3 courses each night, rotating menus, usually a choice of meat, fish, veggie, pasta, and a chef's recommendation. And here's what's new for 2025. All P&O ships, including Arvia, now use the updated main dining room menus introduced earlier this year. Arvia actually got them back in March. These menus are so much better, more variety, more creativity, and the dishes feel fresher and more modern. I've got sample menus on screen. And I'd love to hear in the comments if you've had the new menus too. If you've been on Arvia before, you'll remember the Olive Grove, Mediterranean-inspired dishes from Spain, Italy, Greece, and Morocco. It used to be one of the best included venues, but now it's changed. It's no longer a full standalone restaurant. Instead, it's being used more like a third main dining room. They've kept a small Olive Grove menu, but it's not the wide-ranging experience it used to be. Honestly, I found that disappointing. I really liked the variety it offered, especially on longer cruises. That said, it does help reduce queues for Meridian and Zenith. 6th Street Diner is open for dinner too, and there are 2 menus which rotate. Think American classics, burgers, milkshakes, Philly cheese steaks, ribs. It's casual, noisy, and portion sizes aren't huge. But it's fun and tasty, and it doesn't cost extra. And here is a dinner sample menu. The Keys stays open in the evening, with slightly different offerings daily at Asian Fusion and the Roast Carvery. If you don't fancy dressing up or waiting for a table in the main dining room, this is your low-key, no dress code option. If you're thinking of treating yourself to a special night out on board Arvia, there are several specialty dining venues that come with an extra charge, and they're not all created equal. Some are absolutely worth booking in advance, while others might not be for everyone. First up, the Beach House. Caribbean and Latin American dishes like fajitas, sizzlers, and ribs. Still one of my favorites. Some dishes have a small surcharge on top of the cover charge, but they're worth it. Sindhu is Arvia's Indian fine dining restaurant, with deep flavors, tandoori grills, and beautiful presentation. This was my best meal on Arvia. If you only book one specialty venue, make it this one. The Epicurean is Arvia's fine dining option. Steak, lobster, desserts that look like artwork. Everyone else raves about it. But I found it pricey and a bit disappointing. I expected more from a fine dining experience. Right in the atrium on deck 8 is the Keel and Cow. It's more of a steakhouse and burger bar. It has really good food, but not the quietest location. I'd go for an early dinner or even lunch. The Glass House is also in the atrium. Think small plates, steaks, seafood, and wine pairings. It's open for lunch and dinner. Same menu both times. Lovely setting, but the bill can add up quickly if you're not careful. One other restaurant that has undergone a change in 2025 is Green & Co. featuring Mizuhana. It is no longer just plant-based. It's now more Asian fusion, with sushi and seafood, and a much smaller vegan section. It's never been that busy when I've gone. So if you can't get into Sindhu or Keel and Cow, this is a relaxed alternative. The Limelight Club is the same as other P&O ships. A dinner and show venue with a 3-course meal and cabaret-style entertainment. Still a fun night out. I always go if I really wanted to see the act, not for the food. Arvia's got loads of great dining options. Just keep in mind, some things have changed in 2025. And a quick tip before we go. Use the My Holiday app to join the virtual queue for dinner or book early sittings before your cruise. If you are still deciding which P&O ship's right for you, watch this video on screen next. It'll help you pick the one that suits your style. Thanks for watching.